Welcome to the Properties to Profit podcast. I'm Michael, your host. Excited to share with you my journey from a six-figure job to building a successful real estate business. Each episode will explore various aspects of real estate investing, from wholesaling and flipping to managing rentals. I'll share the lessons and insights I've gained, aiming to help you avoid mistakes and achieve your financial goals. Expect guest experts, valuable tips, and practical advice to guide you on your own real estate journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you find any value in this podcast, please subscribe, share, and follow me on social media. Let's turn properties into profits together. Hey guys, Michael here with Properties to Profits. And on this episode, have you ever been in a position where life just pulled the rug out from underneath you and you're not sure what to do? Well, I wanted to share a story. A buddy recently called me and he had just bought into a franchise and he got some business cards printed and he started giving out some friends, and then less than 24 hours later, he called me and said, "Hey, I think I might get fired." Well, later that day, he got the call that he was being let go because he was starting his own franchise. And I told him, this is amazing. This is the best thing that's ever going to happen to you. And I can share with you why. I've been through this and everyone doubted me. And now I've done over $12 million in revenue. And that's in less than 4 years since being let go. So at the end of the day, what I told him is, you got to bet on yourself, and there's no better time than now. So let's break this down, guys, because I think a lot of us are afraid to bet on ourselves, and a lot of us don't know what to do. And so if you guys have ever been in a spot where life pulled the rug out from underneath you, like he's holding everything together. He had a nice W-2 job, and I had a nice W-2 job when it happened to me. And then literally the next moment, the job's gone. You don't know where your paycheck's going to come from. You don't know what the safety net's going to look like anymore, and it just disappears. And that's what happened to my buddy, and it happened to me as well. Both of us were pretty emotional when it happened. He was struggling. He has 5 kids. He didn't know what to do. He has a wife who doesn't work full time, and he has had this W-2 job for a while. For 20 plus years, he's had a solid W-2 income coming in, and he had big plans with this franchise, but he wanted to grow slowly. He thought he'd have a ton of time. And unfortunately, fear is really knocking at his door. He's scared of what's going to happen, and fear's knocking louder than it ever has. And that could be tough. That could be extremely tough. And what I want to share with you, and this is what most people miss, this is going to be the biggest opportunity in his life, or potentially the greatest opportunity in his life. But it's only going to be that way if he chooses to see it that way. And most of us, when given the opportunity, are going to miss the biggest opportunity in our life because we let fear break us down. But first things first, guys, let's break down his expenses. And turns out he's in better shape than probably most people. He's got a car paid off, got great credit. He bought his house almost 3 years ago with 20% down. He probably has close to 25, 30% equity. He's in an area where it's still gone up. And to me, it's a good start. The only thing he's got to worry about is everyday living costs, food for the family, and a mortgage payment. And so what I told him, he's going to look like he's still got paychecks coming in. So let's secure that foundation. Let's build line of credit so that he has security going forward. And so what I kind of walked him through was how to get 0% financing. He can go refinance the car. Sure, he's going to have a payment, but he's going to have an extra $25K in the bank. Also, he can go pull out a line of credit. There are local credit unions that will give him up to 90% loan to value as a second position to his current mortgage. So he's got a pretty expensive house. So roughly, I think he can pull out 10 to 15% in a second mortgage there. I mean, that could be upwards of an extra $80,000 to $90,000 to put him in a good spot. And then those line of credits, those 0%, and then he can really take from that if he needs to. Another thing is he still has cash in the bank. He has roughly 6 to 7 months operating cash for his family and his business in the bank. So he's in a really good spot. And let's just go ahead and build those reserves just in case so that we can really focus on growing his business. And his biggest concerns with all that, man, I'm afraid to go into debt that I can't recover from. And I said, well, unfortunately, that's business ownership. You bought into a franchise, you have debt there. And unfortunately, there's going to be ups and downs and it takes time. And that's the game of business. How do we manage our debts? How do we manage our expenses so that we can get profitable? It costs to hire employees. And it's not for the faint of heart. But if you want a life of freedom, then he's got to pay that price. And that price is isolation. He's going to have to work harder. He's going to have to lead his family during this time. And he's going to have to walk through fire without knowing what's going to be on the other side. And that's where I shared with him my story. So for you guys that don't know this, August 17th of 2021, same thing happened to me. I started running TV ads to buy houses. And the day the day I got fired, and I'd gone in on my off day to work. So I was still dedicated to my company. On that day, I had over $120,000 in commissions bankrolled that would have been paid in the future. I sold new homes, so it could take some time. And I just sold 3 houses that hadn't yet hit that. So it was much higher. A lot of people around me were telling to sue them, but I knew what I had signed up for. I knew that I didn't have much options. Um, I mean, the projects hadn't closed. It was new homes, like I said. And so everyone around me was like, hey, you can go get a job. You're great. Go work for the competition. And I did an interview with one of the biggest builders around it. At the end of the day, I didn't have my heart in it and they didn't hire me. And it was kind of funny. They said something like, we're not sure you'd be the top 10 rep here. And I kind of giggled. And after that, I went all in on myself. I told them, watch me build my life. And I thanked that manager for not hiring me because I knew I could do better on my own. And that's what I did. I was willing to outlet work everyone. And what social media doesn't tell you is the real truth. Building a business of sustainability doesn't happen overnight. It takes years, years, and years. And when you first get started, it's super exciting. The first 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year, it's exciting. Things are going your way. You're growing every single day. But year 2 kind of kicks in. You're still motivated, maybe a little bit less. But for sure, year 3, that newness of the business and being a business owner wears off. You've hired people that you've got to really bring the business in so you can support them, and you got to still show up. You got to have discipline. And that's when you start to see people fold. There's a reason most businesses don't ever make it 5 years, because years 2 and beyond become extremely difficult. And I tell people all the time, if you're not willing to commit to something for 10 years to change your life forever, that includes business, marriage, anything that's going to leave a purpose or legacy, don't even bother doing it. It's okay to be average, but average people commit to things for a long term. And if you're only going to be in it when it's easy, don't be in it. Everyone pivots when it gets hard, and they call it pivots. But the truth is, that's quitting. Pivots are after you've given it your all for 5 years and it's still not working out, and there's a better opportunity. There's a reason it's hard. It's called leveling up. Would video games ever sell if the next level wasn't any harder? If everyone beat the game, if everyone got to level 100 within 24 hours, no one would ever buy that game. That game would never sell because there is no growth and it's easy. And unfortunately, that's the same for life. If it's hard, good. It means that's proof that you're playing at a higher level and you have a lot of opportunity to grow. Now, if you want to grow your income, cool. Now you got to learn to handle the stress that comes along with that, of being a business owner, the payroll, the doubt, the empty bank account at times. Same thing for a relationship. You want to build a meaningful relationship with a partner that you want to stay with for life? Great. Go fix your communication skills. Go fix your self-worth. Get your priorities aligned with your partners. In relationships, in business, it's not about just showing up when it's fun or when it's easy. It's about showing up when you're tired, alone. No one else is clapping for you. Unfortunately, success can be lonely. Growth is quiet. You ever run a marathon? Everyone's there at the finish line and at the end. The middle 23 miles, 22, whatever it looks like. It's hard. You're alone. It's just you and the pavement. Are you going to keep going or are you going to quit? But we all know what's on the side of that dark tunnel. Most people quit in the tunnel and they turn back around because they know where the light is on the backside. They don't know where the light on the front end.
But on the other side of all of this is a new you. You're not shaken by hard days. That's what it takes to build true wealth, build a family, build anything of greatness and sustainability. So if you're listening to this and you're going through something tough and you're nervous, you just lost your job, made another pivot, stop pivoting. You're starting in business, you're starting over in a relationship, you're starting a new sales job. Go in, all in on yourself. Bet the house, bet the car, bet your damn soul if you have to. Do the work when no one's watching. Get up every day, work your mind, go to the gym, wake up before everyone, and go to bed later than everyone else. And when no one's there to believe in you, you can look in the mirror and say, I believe in me. You don't need anyone else to believe in you. If you need someone else to believe in you, no, I believe in you. But at the end of the day, the only thing separating you from having the life you want, the losers from the winners, the reason the winners aren't quitters is because their willingness to do it long enough. Because if you do anything in life long enough, you'll be good at it. If you look at the things that you think you're good at, it's because you've done them longer than most people ever have. So at the end of the day, you've got a choice to ask yourself. What's it going to be? Are you going to give up like everyone else? Are you finally going to go all in on one thing? My buddy was asking me, should I go get a job? I told him no. He's going to go forge his iron in this path of darkness of being a business owner so that he can go win. The world handed him a gift. He just broke free of his chains. He doesn't have an opportunity where he can grow his income. Unfortunately, the company he works at isn't going to grow his income. It's been the same for 3+ years. It was good income, don't get me wrong. And he's got a decision to make. Can he go forge his path and do the work, or is he going to go back and work for someone else? And hopefully he forges his path. But if he does go back and work with someone else, hopefully he goes all in and finds a company that he can grow in, and he can become someone who believes in him, gives him the coaching he needs to go to the next level. Guys, if you're struggling to go all in yourself and you just need a little bit more coaching and you don't think being a business owner is the right thing for you, here at my portfolio companies, we are hiring great people. That sounds like you. You want a little bit more security, but you want to bet in yourself and you're willing to take on a little bit less salary to get a little bit more commissions. Would love to have a conversation. Drop me a DM. Make sure you like and follow everywhere you see this. And I look forward to connecting with you guys on the next one.
Thank you for listening to the Properties for Profit podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Follow me on social media for more updates and tips. Until next time, keep turning properties into profits.